Okay, so I know the new weekly, which just began. I have heard that it is mostly scaling, and when I take this sweet little gander at the board here, I'm a little perturbed. If only, like, the gerbil's back. He's almost never here, right? It looks like almost everything is scaling, like almost literally every single animal is here for scaling, except like you and you. So what are we supposed to... Are we supposed to scale our scalers? Is that the concept of this weekly? It's just like F everything else? There is no good dude, there's just scaling the scalers. Or our gerbo again. We already did that whole shebang though, I don't want to do the frickin' gerbo again. I mean, I guess it's cool that it was included in the weekly because it's so rarely included. It's funny that because it is so rarely included, it being here like twice in short succession is like, ah, this guy again, even though he's literally never here. Like, what a rude introduction for us to give this dude. Our first time seeing him twice in a row, like in my entire life. Bad shovels, dizzy tanks, talkative musicians. We can be some bad shovels. We're stinky frickin' shovels, we're full of cracks. Does that still work? Well, it's better than your hands, so let's not be ungrateful here. And we've got blue fish. There was no bison, right? I would have seen that if it was. I think it's purely scalers who scale other people. There's no bison. There is not. There is no leveling. There's him. He's a self-scaler and we couldn't fit the bison inside of the weekly. Come on, weekly creator. There's a strawberry. Do strawberries actually be out here doing stuff? Not with these dudes. I know that the pattern for Super Auto Pets, right, is supposed to be some weeklies are random. Some weeklies, I'm gonna turn the volume of the game down a little bit. Some weeklies are random. Some weeklies are via a Discord submission process. And it also seems like some are just like creator people. Like maybe they reached out to certain YouTubers and asked them if they wanted to do a pack. I submitted one on the Discord submission page, so I don't know, it's very unlikely that I'll actually like get my thing in there, but my concept is that despite the fact that the submission period is less 3 weeks, so it would take a hell of a long time, I'm gonna keep making packs and submitting them until I get a submission pack in there for permanence, and it'll be cool. It'll be awesome. I'm not like a person who does things based off how strong things are though, so I will admit the custom pack that I submitted to possibly become a weekly was literally just based off how happy everyone looked. I went through and chose all of the animals and had a visible smile on their face. In this game, theoretically, the cockroach and the rabbit would be the two who could possibly be in my pack. I called it happy to be here. So I don't know how good it was in terms of actual strats or like usefulness or how fun it would be, but it looked really happy. And they said it wasn't always about strength, okay? Sometimes it's about just having a grand old time, so I think it's a valid submission. The smiles pack sounds amazing. Yeah, it's funny too, because I chose all the happy faces, and then I went back and I was like, okay, did we like go a little overboard with some of these things? I probably went a little too overboard with dudes who scale, because I was like, I like scaling. But now we got this whole weekly, which is 100% scaling. So maybe it's outdone me, you know, with my smiles pack. It's turn 4, which means we level nothing. I bought the dromedary because people be like saying dromedary is cool and all, but I can't see it happening, mostly because I guess I don't phrase dudes at the beginning of the game. Except for leveling. This guy really wants to exist. I want him to exist. This goes here. Tomorrow y'all can join, which means we don't need this dude because we only need like a level 2 version of this stuff. Everything is stinky. One more fish. Not a fish. Not a fish, I would say. Rebel looks quite smug. Yeah, it was interesting too, because most of them I was just like, okay, I'm doing all the animals that only smile, with a priority, if there's too many of them inside of a certain level, of dudes who look really happy to be here. You know, like the fish looks more happy to be here. The snapping turtle is like the happiest dude in the universe. And then 2 or 3 of the dudes are smiling, but they also look kind of smug. Like the toad is smiling, but his eyes are crying, which I just thought was kind of interesting, but he was still smiling, so it still makes the cut. This is the day of levels. This is where everything comes together to be amazing. So, okay. Here's all those dudes that are supposed to be cool. I guess Microbe is interesting, isn't it? I almost never run him, and I don't currently have a turtle, so it would be pretty dangerous to actually take it. Level 2 Microbe, let's go. They chew things? No, it's just the same. Oh yeah, sweet. Let's just make it happen for like literally no reason. Because everyone is probably going to be super crazy strong, I guess everyone will have auto melons, but if we have this scenario, can we scale a microbe? Is that possible? Are we confident? You know what? I'm going to do it just for the sake of like, what if we got like a multiple of those? Here's the thing now. I feel like this game is heavily one from the current shop tier. 3? That's literally nobody. Can he boost himself? I feel like it's just gonna be like whoever gets the scaling the earliest. What you would say is that everyone should have the scaling almost immediately because it's the only thing that exists right now. And I would be like, that's a grand and dandy point, but sometimes I refuse to buy all of the dudes that you buy still to get things because they seem stink. So who am I scaling here? The jellyfish currently, despite the fact that he has literally no ability that affects anything in battle. So is that even a good point? Everyone's in like a really weird order, including me making myself weak despite the fact that I have no way to fight that right now. May I have a turtle, please? I refuse to level only turtles. This is going to be my grand mistake. This is not a beautiful order. But if we're microbed and the enemy is microbed, then is anybody really microbed? I guess we have no tools, so it's technically making everything even? Double giraffe, interesting, we're almost the same people. No! The one guy who needed to be better was the one dude who was in fact not even cool. Invoke the turtles, invoke! That's a giraffe, you invoked it wrong. Mr. Mashy Man, try harder, this time with more turtles. I guess. And there's this stuff, and there's like things. This dude's in the pack. I freaking love the hatching chick. He's just the cutest guy, and he's kind of a stinker. He like kind of sucks, but I still want him anyway all the time. And this dude scales. You know what? This guy's temporary scaling. He got leveled. His level was all he was meant to ever do. Okay, yes and yes. It's my problem. There's no dudes to like focus on. You know, like who on my team am I supposed to be giving all the stats to? I guess the microbe. Which honestly is kind of funny. If I just made you my dude, he's the only guy we have who does things during battle, so I guess logistically that makes sense. Okay, it's going real stinky. Okay, turtle this time, please. It's the last frickin' chance. Okay, so not this one, but you've got the whole shop's worth of rerolls in order to get this right, okay? You actually are a suck. There's no way that this could possibly be a turtle. But I can't prevent myself from doing it. It's a lion, if this is your highest tier pet. You know what though? Like, is there anything else that is good in the world? Because you don't need these other things. It's just pure scaling. Man, I understand the concept behind the pack, and I'm like, yeah, like, that sounds cool and all, but like, what are we supposed to do with this? Honestly, Strawberry Friends with Coconut might be the best way to win the game. Like, this might be it, this dude. And like him, it's just gorilla. It's just either gorilla or lion. These are your two choices. You may take one of either. You know what? We're going for turtle. We're gonna get a turtle at some point in the future. I still trust it's just holding up. At some point, this microbe will not result in us losing by a virtue of just having it. Well, it kind of negates what he did, right? Because he was gonna do this anyway, so now we already had it. It took a durability. We still lost, but we didn't take, you know, the flea did not help it. We killed ourselves there, so if anything, that's a win in my book because, you know, I'm not going to give them the right over my life and my decision to decide that really stinked. Honestly, Strawberry Friends, that's my two. This guy exists, why? Because strawberries. I don't want to scale you. So happy birthday to me actually is a fish, which is gorgeous because I can scale this fish. The fish does nothing, but I would not refuse to scale him. Insolent citizens, discombobulated uncles, witty aliens. Witty aliens. Too smart for your own frickin' damn good. It's interesting that people be putting stuff further back than just front up, but I guess nobody actually really cares. I'm not doing that either. I'm just putting him wherever the hell. I could put that guy way back there so that when the battle starts, he like sprints forward after the fact and it feels like he's like going to battle. He's like, "What up, guys?" He looks especially cute because he was left behind. Classic Pixar maneuver. I will not stack you. I would like things that do strawberry things. Okay, this is also cool, but I was asking for strawberries. Otherwise, this Kiwi is doing nothing but looking adorable, and that's not exactly what I purchased him for. It was part of the reason, but if it's the only reason, it was not worth the purchase. Ooh, everything is stinky and suck, actually. Ooh, that was actually closer than it looked, and I thought for a second maybe I was lying and it was chill. If I get one strawberry, will that make all the difference? This might make a difference, and I think this guy's actually mighty strong. Are you better? I find this synergy, you could say, to be more effective than that other guy existing. Give me one strawberry. That's like almost a thing. It's vaguely related to what I was talking about. He levels on turn 4. That is not necessarily a positive for me. It's kind of just a neutrality, but you know, we're all up for the neutralities. You're spicy. I am spicier. The rest of my team is far less spicy than my first guy. Our first win of the frickin' year. I feel like we've technically actually won before, but that one didn't count because it felt bad. A bat? Who needs to give ourself weakness when we could give only the enemy weakness? You guys can level, it's fine. I should have bought this one first. I can't sell this man until they give me a strawberry. And strawberries are apparently actually a thing I made up when I first thought that I was ever seeing them. I guess I'll just stack you, but stacking these spy cells is never better than just not having them is the problem. So what are you? But stats for the jellyfish? Good frickin' point. Good frickin' point. Too spicy? You're too large with your construction hat. Not only was he better than me, but he was also wearing like protective gear. What the frick was that? I'm just wearing a fuzzy hat for warmth, but we're not really in a cold place, so that's not really better. I still, honestly, I'm kind of still scaling this fish. And then you may say, but why? Like, what led to that? No, you want this now! The bat can have it. See, friendship is magic. More than one person can be happy at the same time. That's always been a thing I've believed in. I beat Liza P during her intermission. Of course, everyone's better than me. I understand the concept. To be fair, no, I just stink. It was like, to be fair, if I played more, pretty sure it would still take me like 60 hours. Probably like 4 times the length the game is probably supposed to be going on. Continue on to war, my sons. I have gifted you fuzzy hats made out of the butts of your brothers. Is this a raccoon? Is this hat a raccoon hat? Because those guys are literally in this game. And not the same color as these hats exactly, but that is kind of gross. Oof. It's not your first one, no shame, it's taken a while to beat it. Those games are very hard, especially for new players. Yeah, but the mechanics is fun. It's crazy how it's like... Maybe that's why people like play the game. Like, I know this is a crazy concept. The gameplay, it feels really fun, but at the same time it's hard. So you're like, I want to play this game, and then you play the game, and you're like, am I having a good time? And you can't answer that question, which I kind of feel like a lot of people just kind of enjoy not being able to answer that question for some reason. You see peeps playing like frickin' Overwatch and like punching walls after losing 6 times in a row. And then you're like, you want to just stop doing that? And they're like, nah, I'm having the best time of my goddamn life. And then they get on the second game and it's like, all right then. I'm not sure about that, like, relationship you've got going on there. I've committed to 2 dudes who are in fact not this fish. What if I just don't have this fish anymore? In the name of this other fish? Fish exchange? Would I like to take on a fish exchange student? I mean, I guess this guy is not doing anything a lot right now. You know what? Yes. In which case, why are all of our cool dudes in the back? That's unnecessary. Well, you don't need to be here. Okay, we've done a full tango. Everything is gorgeous and it is here now. Some people want their games to kick their ass. Absolute. Oh, wow, okay. I didn't really think about those deeper feelings, but when you say it that way, I guess there's probably some people out here who do quite enjoy that. I said no to a giraffe. Would I like to say yes to a giraffe now? Great question. Absolutely not. I never bake down for my decision-making skills. I would like 1 additional kiwi so that this kiwi might exit my life and my team, and I never have to look at his smug face. He's over there laughing because he knows he has not contributed to anything. He is actively sabotaging. I'm pretty sure he's working for the other team. He's throwing the game because I refuse to sell him. Definitely a him fault sort of scenario. Nobody's leveled. But a sea lion is really nice. You could be leveled if I was willing to do that, but why would I do that just for you? Completely unworth. This is a level that is like an actual level, and this is something else I could do that I just find to be better. Fish? You shouldn't still be here. You can have attack. Ooh, wait, you're giving health and attack. They're going to be very healthy. The front of the team is going to be healthy as frickin' hell. Souls-like games can be fun, but I don't enjoy merely impossible games. I mean, I feel like honestly, I don't expect necessarily that I'm gonna be able to like finish Lies of P. It's very possible that I am incapable. Well, if every boss fight allows you to summon a baby, a star child, then I think that maybe it'll be possible, but I'm gonna go as far until the game is like, nah, actually, was not the one, you know. And then I will drop off from there, and then I will get frickin' over it with like some very cozy game that requires no skills. I just like roguelikes, honestly, because it's like really short. It's not really short. For a game, I enjoy the idea of being able to play a game for between 10 and 30 minutes and then finish something and be able to get off the game without feeling like I'm losing something, you know? So the chill thing about roguelites is that I can be like, I would like to not commit to playing games for the next 5 hours. So I will not choose a plot-based game, I will play a roguelite, and then I play 6 rounds of the roguelite. And will therefore be playing the games for 6 hours, but in the beginning, it was easier to commit because I didn't think that's why that was gonna go down. Animal Crossing isn't a good no-skills cozy game, yeah. I got, I died! Since when was I being horrible at the game? I didn't notice. The way, right? So like, what's the other way? Again, but this time with more luck, you say? Like, I don't think I can manifest luck naturally inside of my own self. Just word with Gerbman. Really? With an owl? Did you go 4-squatted at any point during the game? Because it just feels like going 4-squatted with this crazy like scaling thing is like just like insane. Disney computers, a jar of babies, wavy muffins, wavy babies. Babies that wave, everyone's like, aw, babies that are born with wavy hair and everyone's like, ah! You were full of hair, isn't that disgusting? And you vomit while giving birth because like, oh, that doesn't sound... The idea of just getting hair in your mouth is like nasty and vile. I was 4-squatted most of the time. Unbelievable. Honestly, mad props. I haven't bought this guy in a while. You know what? F this. Strawberry. F you, part 2. Give me a strawberry. There was a 50% chance here. There's gonna be a 50% chance tomorrow, and it better freaking come through for me, or I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna rage so hard that my hat is just gonna explode like a Super Saiyan hat off of my head. Because my brain is my biggest muscle and it will flex so hard in fury. I watched DigiCircus and Murder Drones this week. I'm also now in Canada. I don't know what any of those things are, to be fair. Well, even Canada, like what even is Canada, if you really think about it? Like country? Like, meh, who's to say? Manipulate the RNG by saying you don't want strawberry, so it gives you strawberry. But it knows what you think and it decided not to give you strawberry, so if you rethink, what if I just like ask for something so completely unrelated to strawberries? You know, like for sake, give me some earplugs or something. And it's like, all right then. In the name of being never doing anything anyone asked, I'm gonna give you a strawberry, which seems like the opposite of earplugs in my life. Oh, the DigiCircus is the thing with the clowns. That's very descriptive, the thing I just said. The Digital Circus. I did see the pilot. That's the pilot that just came out, right? That's so cool. Because as someone who works in animation, it's really cool seeing people be able to make like an animated sort of show and put it on YouTube and have it be popular enough and get enough like views and stuff on YouTube to be able to support continuing to make it without needing like a I guess support from like a big animation company that's gonna like go crazy and stuff. It's cool that people can like make their own animation and actually make a show out of it by themselves without having to like be in the industry for 15 billion years and then somehow getting Nickelodeon to pick it up or something. So that's really cool. And I think DigiCircus looks like it's gonna be really fun, and it's 3D animated, which is very unique as well. Okay. This is food. Tasty and delicious. Give me more birds, please. No, a strawberry. Okay, the aim of getting strawberries has just become infinitely harder because there's more things to be given to me now. Okay, fine. Everything sucks. I was like, Bluebird, I'm gonna have to ask you to specifically scale one of 2 dudes who might continue our route, and he didn't even do it. Because I didn't ask in time, but I really thought I could get in there, you know? You're too spicy for your own good. I feel like something's tickling my nose repeatedly, and it's annoying the heck out of me. Goodbye. Hit these 2 people. Okay, 50%. Honestly, I was gonna say kind of a win because 50% is something, but actually it would have been so easy for you to just actually do what I asked. Strawberries don't exist anymore is what I've heard. I like the bat more than I like the jellyfish, I cannot lie. He hit a dude I liked. Oh, Bluebird, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have, because I was so ready to kick you off the team and I'm having conflicted emotions about it. Come on. Okay, it sucks. This is not the one. We have lost every round. And 1-0. A strawberry! Why did I want this? For you? This guy has the level before I can sell him. I'm just getting- there's new requirements being created every time I get one that like meets my requirements. I'm gonna die before I even sell this bird. The strawberry gains were for naught. For naught. You're not even behind anybody. What a waste of potential. We only won because he forgot to put him behind somebody. Yay! That feeling when the enemy during chess just like straight up doesn't look at the board and they just make a move assuming that you're gonna do something and then you're like, oh, thank God. Thank frickin' goodness. Otherwise I couldn't have won anything here. Oh yes. So that's cool. And then tomorrow, neither of these people are helpful, so I guess we're gonna go Dragonfly. He literally hanged his king. He said, F you guys. Oh, that was his queen, thank you. His king was some random weak ass in the back. The queen was what would matter, and he didn't use it very good, is what happened there. He just gave me his queen, that's what happened. Okay, tomorrow we can sell this guy, which is a little sad because he's actually got like decent stats. But after that, the bat's gonna be kind of cool. Oh, he could randomly give it to my jellyfish, couldn't he? He's actually killing things too. Do I want him to stick around? Do I like this man? Is he a positive figure in my life? You know, this is better than you, and that's chill. And he gets scaling. You know what? You F the strawberry. I'm afraid to sell him because he... Okay, you know what? F you actually. It's this again. And then F this dude, and then it's like this again. Okay. We're doing the same thing we were just doing, but now it feels amazing. Sunk cost fallacy. He's too good now. He's been around too long. That's like the definition of sap. And I know the developers were specifically saying, stop holding on to things, get rid of them. We're gonna force you to do that by making like the beginning game worse and all. But they really underestimated humanity's abilities to get emotionally attached to inanimate objects or digital pictures on a screen. If somebody goes to your house, or if you go to somebody's house, and they have a Roomba, the first question anyone should ask is, what is its name, okay? Every Roomba has a name, even if you haven't called it its name in a while. Every Roomba has a name because we know that we love them. This is our scaler. He's given us some health. But you know what's cooler than permanent health? Temporary health. Whoa. I know some people would say that's crazy and makes no sense, but me, myself, and I say what makes sense here. And in this world, temporary scaling in the form of a cute little chicken inside of an egg is better than permanent scaling in the form of a dirty and gross fish. Kinda boring. Okay, we needed more than 2 out of those kills. F that crap.